Alright guys, so welcome to the video. Quickly, I just wanted to jump in before the video starts and say that this is probably going to be a really long video. I'm just starting to edit it now, and there was a lot of issues that I ran into, and because it was spread over a few days, it it kind of got elongated out. So what I'll do is I will put timestamps down on the bottom of what exactly happened, so if you run into the issue you can kind of jump to and from, and then I also have an intro of where I've been for the past like 7 months. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the video and roll a clip.
Yeah, so I haven't made a video in quite a while. Alright everyone, welcome back. So, yeah, I haven't really made a video in a long time, and there are a few reasons why, and I'll go through those now. But I will leave timestamps down on the bottom for going to the exact problem that I'm having today. So first of all, I went to America in October, and then by the time I came back, it was getting really dark at night time, or really early on, and I couldn't really make any videos from then. And that was the reason why I stopped. And then March or February, March came around, and when the clocks went forward, this whole lockdown thing started going up. So that's the reasons why I haven't made videos. So in the time I have had a few problems with my car, and this is the biggest one at the moment that I've had. So I haven't been able to drive my car for about a month and a half, maybe 2 months. And I'll put a clip exactly what happens to the car on idle right now. So yeah, this is what happens every time the car is at idle when I'm not moving. When I'm actually driving it, it doesn't seem to be that bad. It kind of drives as normal, but still kind of fluctuates between revs. And the way that happened was I was just driving down the road, keeping to the speed limit, and then the check engine light came on, and then I kind of pulled over and it just started revving and bouncing off 2k RPM. As if it was on like some sort of limiter, and then I brought it back and I bought a OBD scanner to tell me what the problem was, and the code that I was getting was, I think it was P1519, which is something wrong with the idle assist control valve circuit, which deals with how much air goes into the car when it's on idle, which kind of makes sense. So I went online and went to see what kind of things you can do. So the first thing you should do is just check all the electrics, check all the fuses. With the port that goes into mine, one of the wires was severed. So did that all back up, put it back together. I was still having the same issue. And then the next thing to do was to take the idle assist control valve off and clean it. That was something that my dad did because he didn't have any tools here, and he cleaned the inside of it, and it started working fine on idle. It kind of went up and then went back down as normal, but then started driving it, and then it started revving up to like 4,500 RPM at some points. It would jump up to 3, then 4.5, then 2, then it would be normal, and then it would just go all over the place. So in the end, what I decided to do was just buy a new one. I have had a few people on Instagram have the same sort of problem, so I just decided to make a video on it. But anyone who doesn't know what it is or what it looks like, it sits just under your throttle body and is a little valve that just kind of spins really. Once I take the old one out, I can kind of show you, but this is what it looks like here. So this is the port that I was talking about when the wire was severed, and coolant pipe, and then inside there, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's just kind of like a little opening there. There's a magnet on this side and it just spins. Whoop. Yeah, it just spins and tells you what air should be going in on idle. So initially when I was looking this up, I was looking on Takeaway and they were saying that this was like £250. That's why I've waited so long to do this. But then I went on eBay and there was this refurbished one. It's not brand new. refurbished one, genuine Honda, comes with a year's service warranty, and it was only £55, so I'm going to try that. If this doesn't work, I have generally no idea what I'm going to do, because yeah, I don't know what the problem is. Anyway, let's just get on with the video. Yeah, also I broke the latch off, and that is really annoying, so I've had to tie string because I can't be bothered to fix it. Yay. Yeah, so I just realised how difficult this is going to be to film. So the valve is just under this throttle body right here. If you have your original manifolds, you'll have a lot more room, but since I've got an RBC, it sticks out a bit more, so I've got less room. So what you need to do is take off the intake first. You've just got, well, for me it's just this pipe here, and I can work around with that. I've also got this wire here that needs to come off, and then we can tackle the throttle body. Yay. So I hope you can kind of see what I'm doing, it's so bright. But yeah, so you've got the first bit here. That just comes off the intake. For me, I need to take off this rubber hose. Oh, that is a struggle to take off every time. Right, so now you've got a few plugs to pull out. You've got one at the top here, got one here, and you've got the throttle body sensor, and then the other one is down there, but you need to take the throttle body off to get to that last one. So you've got that one, you've got that one, and you have this one. There we go, so you can just put that off to the side. And now you've got 4 bolts. Again, this might be a bit different on yours because I've got the adapter plate, but I've got 4 bolts here, here, and 2 on the bottom. So let's take those off. Actually, before we do that, we've got a few coolant hoses. I think it's 2. So let me quickly show you them. Right, so you've got this one here, which goes into the throttle body itself, I think. And then just under that one, you've got this one here, which is the coolant for the idle assist control valve, idle valve, whatever it is. And the bottom one, quite a bit of coolant will come out, so if you can catch it, if you catch it. If you're too lazy like me, you're too lazy like me, but I've got some more to put in. So I need to take those off now, and then we can get the 4 bolts off. Also do this when, I don't know if I said this before, but do this when your car is cold, because once you're moving coolant pipes, everything's pressurized and you burn yourself, and coolant will piss everywhere. So, just for reference, it was that pipe there, and that one down there. So the top one, oh, come on lighting, top one, there, bottom one, there. So now we're on the dangerous part. Removing this throttle body. So like I said, you've got 4 bolts there, there and there. For me, they're Allen keys. And for anyone who knows, who's watched the video of me putting my manifold in, you'll know that this is a pain of a job. But luckily I've done this about 4 times. I've taken this all apart. So yeah, I'd say I'm alright at doing it now. Also doing this, please be careful you don't drop these bolts, because I dropped one of them and they went behind the radiator and had to get a magnet out to get it, which I obviously didn't have at the time. So please be very careful. Just like that, throttle body's off. So now that we've got that off, you've just got this, not that one, oh you can't see it, you've got this one right here, this plug that you need to take off, and then pretty sure it should be free. Yay. So sorry if the lighting's a bit bad, but this is the thing that we were changing here. So this is the exact same component that we're putting in. So the only thing you need to do to take this off is these 2 bolts here. Watch out, because there is a gasket in there, but it should be seated quite nicely. And yeah, it's time to take this off. 2 Phillips. There it is. Boom. And that is the gasket I'm talking about. So yeah, this is my old one with the gasket still on it, which fits in there. This is the new one. as you can see, exactly the same. Just one hopefully will work for me. So first of all, put the new gasket in. Only fits one way. Yeah, like that. And then get the new eye vac. Stick them on there. Tasty. So it's all screwed up now. Hopefully it's all in place. We can start putting shit back together. So from now on, from here on, it's just everything backwards. So I might put clips in, I might not, I don't know. But yeah, everything backwards. I finally got it on. Oh my god. Beating the record of last time, which was like 2 days, a week, to down to something like, what, half an hour maybe? Yay. Alright, so I've got everything back together now, everything's nice and all tight. What I'm going to do before I start the car is just put a little bit of coolant in it, because some coolant did come out. So I'll be back to you after that. Right, here's hopefully the moment I've been waiting for a very long time. So, another thing, just because I start it and it idles okay, does not mean that it's fixed, because that happened before and then I took it out for a drive and then it went mental again. So I'm going to turn it on now. If the idle is okay, quickly check if there's no coolant leaks, but it will need to go up to temperature, so I'll wait for that. If everything is okay, then I can take it out for a drive and see what's going on. But let's see if it starts working first. Here we go. So this happened before last time, it wouldn't start, and that is because the fuel pump fuse had gone, so I'll probably have to change that again. So for anyone who doesn't know how to change fuses, best way to do it is get a multimeter, put it on the noise setting or whatever it is, I don't know if you can see it, it's that one. So if they touch, there's a connection, it should make that noise. So if it makes the noise between the two connections like that, you know it's okay. That's the fuel pump one. I don't know if you can see it. On this set of 3 here, it's 15. So it's number 6 on this box. Here, no connection. So now, you can do it the old fashioned way, which is a bit longer. And that's get pliers, pull it out, and have a look at it. And I don't know if you can see, yeah, I don't know if you can see, but the connection is broke, so I'll need to get a 15 and put that in. So we got another 15, stick that in and we'll go again. Right, we go again. So let's hopefully hear the fuel pump prime. Still didn't prime. No, it's not. Something's breaking it each time, I think. Okay, boys and girls, we're back. So it's a new day. It's been a whole week since I last filmed. So quick catch up. Let me go into the car and I'll tell you. So what's been going on? So I put everything back together, and I'm pretty sure from the last bit of the video, I think I was showing that the fuse was blowing. Every time I switched the car on, the fuel pump fuse was going, so I couldn't start the car. Now, I've just taken everything apart and I'll show you in a second, but it's pretty windy, it's about to rain. What is going on was there was a wire that I said previously was cut, and we had to do a bodge job to kind of put it all back together. And I've just taken it all apart, put a new fuse in, and it's now not shorting, so I can show you the sound it should be making without starting the car. So that means the fuel pump is actually working now. So the short is exactly where I thought it was going to be. Now the issue is, and why that's happening, is because the RBC comes out so far and the throttle body comes off at an angle, that wire is rubbing up against the SLAM panel. Now I have tried to cut it down when I first put in the RBC, but it isn't enough and has slowly cut away the wire. So I'm going to try and have to grind it down now, but I'll show you kind of what's going on. And I can't see where it's shorting, but it is. So yeah, I'll show you now.
So here's everything apart again. This is the throttle body, and down there is where we have the wires. So there is where you can see the bodge job, and where the little silver nicks are on the slam panel. Let me see if I can point to it. Right there is where it's rubbing up against and causing all of these problems, and that's the wire that goes actually into the idle air assist valve thing. The thing that was broken. So I'm gonna have to try and wear that down somehow so it's got enough room to not wear again, and then I have to fix up those wires. So right guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm doing it the bodge way, and I've just put sellotape over it to stop it from shorting. Reason for that is I just need to see if the IVAC is working, and then if it is, I need to do proper work on this, because it's, at the moment, it's just not good enough, but I need it on the road. So let's put it all back together, hopefully for the last time, and see if it all works. Yay! Right boys and girls, everything is back together. I've put a 15mm fuse in, I put the throttle body back on and primed it, and it's working. So this sellotape is working. Now, is it priming now? And if it is, let's start it. Please work, please work. So it's priming, and there's also a 15 fuse in there. Come on, please work. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think it's working. We got no check engine lights. Everything started. There's no noise. Oh my days. Is my car back alive, please? Right, I need to take it for a little drive, because although it has done this before where it's fine, driving has kind of screwed it up. So give me a second. So it's finally fixed. I've just taken it for a drive. There's no issues whatsoever. It's going into VTEC. It's not overheating. It's finally finished. Oh my god, this job took way too long. Oh my god. But at least it's back on the road now, and I've got a couple of tasty mods coming up that I've been waiting to do after I've been fiddling around with this stupid thing. But still a lot more work to be done to make it actually, you know, credible and won't fall apart randomly. But yeah, so that is the end of the video. I'll probably stick at the end of this like a little clip of what exactly is inside the IVAC, so people can understand it if they want. So for the people who are generally interested on what exactly I changed, here is the old one that I've taken out that I can kind of take apart. So if you remember from the video, this is kind of the way it sits. So the throttle body will just be on top here, and here is the plug of which the wire that I was having problems with goes. So it'll be sitting like that, cooler pipe coming out. So the way this kind of works, I might have to get a light for this, but you've got 3 holes. You've got a coolant hose, a coolant area, and 2 parts where air go through. And down here, you might be able to see it, but there's just like a little indent with a little hole, and inside here you've got a spindle that spins. Now there is a way of fixing this, and the likely cause of the issue that I was having, because it was quite intermittent, was that there just general wear and tear, some dirt got down there, and it's just stopped spinning properly. And taking off these bolts, they're actually star pattern, nightmare to take off. So I will quickly take this off and show you what's inside. So I've taken the bolts off, and so there's a few things that concerned me when I was opening this up or putting it back together, but we'll first go through how it works. So it actually works with a magnet. So if you just pull this out, this is actually a magnet here, like that. So this is the spindle that I was talking about, and this just spins freely like that. And hold on, if I get a light. So I've just got a light here now, and if you have a look right here, there's just like a little valve that kind of opens and closes. It's quite difficult to see, but like that. It just kind of opens and closes. So what this does is it allows the right amount of air to go into the engine to keep it going when it's on idle. So that just spins. Now, what you can do is get some WD-40 and put it in there and free it up, which is what we did, and it made it a lot freer. But then we ran into another problem where this O-ring is meant to fit in here, which clearly it just doesn't, and that probably caused the issue of letting dirt in. And on top of that, again, these screw holes can just fit these bolts in, which is absolutely fine. But on the side of the actual electrical component there's nothing, you know, there's movement. So once we initially put it all back together, we didn't know if there was some sort of measurement that was taken or why these aren't just normal holes like it is on here. So in the end, after putting it all back together and it didn't work again, we decided to just go out and get a new one. So yeah, that's kind of what the issue was, and caused me about 2 months of pain and anger. And yeah, so sorry if this video has been a bit long and it's been all over the place, but that's literally been my life with this car at the moment. So I hope you enjoyed. It's been a bit of a ride with this issue, but thank you for watching, and I will see you next time for some tasty mods.